your neck pain keeps cycling back, it's probably not because you're not doing enough. It's because you're stretching in the wrong direction. And in this video, I'm going to explain why the right direction changes absolutely everything. Now this video is for anyone who's consistent with stretches, but still sees these same symptoms return. And by the end of this video, you're going to know how to match movement to your next pattern for relief that actually holds. Most people tackle neck discomfort in a way that makes total sense at first. You feel tightness on that one side. So you might try and stretch it in that certain direction. And you chase that spot that feels stuck, leaning into the stiffness until it starts to ease up. And yeah, often it does feel better pretty quickly. But then the tension melts a bit, movement smooths out, you get that movement like something productive just happened. But then a few hours pass and you fall asleep on it. And then that same tightness is just right back there again. Now I hear this story all the time in clinic. And it doesn't mean that you're messing up or that the effort was wasted. It just means the approach is missing one key piece. To see why that relief doesn't hold, we have to look at how your body got into that adapted position in the first place. You see, your neck didn't just adapt in a vacuum. It adapts directionally based on how it's biased day in, day out. If your head spends hours, edging forward over a screen, those tissues are quietly adjusting to support that forward pull. If you're always favoring one side, maybe tilting while you're on the phone or how you're driving, the neck is going to remodel around that uneven load. Now over time, muscles will shorten in certain directions. Joints will then stiffen up in that direction. Your nervous system starts treating those positions almost like it's the new normal. And from the body's point of view, this is actually pretty smart. It's getting efficient at handling what you throw at it the most often. But here's the catch. If your neck has adapted deeply in that one direction, moving it in the opposite way can then start to feel limited. It might be guarded or simply just plain uncomfortable. So if adaptation happens directionally, unwinding it has to actually be directional too. You can't just move randomly and expect the baseline to shift. And this brings us to a principle we use a lot called mirror image correction. It's straightforward when you think about it. You're not fighting your posture or forcing anything, you're actually balancing it out. So instead of throwing random movements at the neck and hoping for the best, you give it very specific input that it's been missing. You gently guide it from that terrible position into positions and directions that counter the ones it's been over-adapting to. It's all about restoring options, not straining or pushing through. While random stuff might feel nice temporarily, real lasting change usually comes when you match that correction to the exact direction of the adaptation. This is also why one-size-fits-all advice doesn't really work for everyone. What helps one neck might not even touch the pattern in yours. And a lot of neck routines out there are built to be generally helpful. A mix of stretches and rolls and basic exercises to cover all the bases. And thankfully for some people, that does bring a bit of relief, which is great. But not every neck is asking for that same thing. One might need more space and decompression to open up. Another could use better control and stability to feel secure. And maybe a third might need something to do with asymmetries to even things out. Without knowing the underlying pattern, it's basically educated guessing. Guessing can work sometimes, sure, but testing, figuring out what specifically fits, leads to much more consistent results. That specificity is what turns feel good now into stays better for longer. So direction is the missing link here. Stretch the wrong way, you reinforce the problem. Match the direction to the adaptation and the system will start to settle. Now, in our neck pain webinar, we break this process down step by step. We show you how to identify your posture pattern in a very practical way and how to apply the correct mirror image input safely. So the goal isn't to overwhelm you with just heaps of education and theory, it's to give you a framework that you can actually go ahead and use. So if you want to explore this in more detail, the full training is available as a live session. And if you miss that live session, we'll make sure we have a replay. For some people, understanding the principles and applying them independently, thankfully it's enough. For others, clarity comes from proper testing. And this is where a clinical assessment can help. First of all, we'll measure posture. We'll then measure movement. We even measure how the nerves are controlling all that to see exactly how your neck is behaving. And there's no pressure attached to that process. The purpose is simply clarity. Clear information tends to help make decisions easier. So if it's something you'd like to do, feel free to get in touch. Comment below if you've ever stretched and felt worse for that day. I'd encourage you to subscribe so you can see some more insights like this, and love to see you in the webinar.